What's up, guys? Welcome back to Drill Sergeant's Time. I'm Drill Sergeant E, and today we're going to talk about the big change that's coming to the military pay, okay? If you're new, make sure you smash the subscribe button. We're trying to grow the YouTube channel. Let me know where you're watching from because I love getting new members, okay? But let's get right into it, okay? So last month, committee leaders met, both Republican and Democrats, to address the low pay that soldiers get, right? So they are going to take and completely overhaul the pay tables starting next year, okay? What that means is House lawmakers plan to overhaul military pay tables next year, which will result in nearly 20% salary boost, basic pay, for ranks E4 and below. And E5s are also going to get a substantial jump. All of us staff sergeants and above, they don't care about us. They want us out of the military anyway. It's very clear. All these changes, they're directing it towards the young soldiers and getting soldiers in to push the old heads out like us to start making room for new soldiers, and they're going to try to mold them into whatever, okay? So moving on about the article, though, this is great. I think this is a great thing. This article is great because privates don't make crap. I think privates barely break $20,000 a year. And if you break it down, a McDonald's worker who makes $15 an hour, working full-time job, I think they said makes more than an E1 private. Like, that's disgusting. These soldiers go out, they spend weeks in the field, they spend days at the range, they go on deployments, they go on rotations, they go to schools to better their career. And a McDonald's worker who's making $15 a freaking hour makes more than an E1 private. So with this change, they're trying to make it so the lowest ranking soldier, which is an E1, the starting pay is $30,000, which is great. But is that going to bump up the rest of prices around post? You know what I mean? With inflation comes inflation, right? So you up the prices of what we're making, they're going to start charging us more for stuff at the commissary and the PX. Personal opinion. Just a food for thought. Let me know in the comments below what you think, okay? But let's move on. Specifics of the plan released this week show an even more generous base pay. 15% does not include the 4.5%. So it was originally a 4.5% increase. And then they basically added the 15% onto the 4.5, equaling 19.5, almost 20%, right? For an E2 with 2 years of military service, that increase will mean about $5,000 in extra pay next year. For an E4 with 4 years of military service, you're getting $7,500 extra. But what about me? I'm a staff sergeant. Am I making any extra money? Yes. The normal 4.5% increase that was going to happen is still going to happen for E6 and above. They're just trying to bring the lower enlisted privates and specialists and new E5s, they're trying to bring them out of poverty, essentially, because they're peasants and they live like peasants. They want them to be better. They want them to live better. So, to ensure E4s aren't getting paid more than E5s, the pay table overhaul also includes increases for mid-career enlisted troops, combined with the 4.5% increase across the board. Some E5s could see up to 12.5. They're basically trying to even the plank out. It doesn't make sense to me, though, because some E4s are going to make more than some E5s because finance always fucks up the pay. But that's okay. All right, an E5 with 6 years of service can expect a pay boost of about $4,300 next year. An E5 with 8 years of service will get $3,500. Do you see the trend here? Okay? They're not paying the senior enlisted soldiers any more money. They're just giving them the normal 4.5. They're trying to bring the poverty level up, but it's a plan to push the older guys out. It really is. Because you give someone a bunch of money, they're going to want to do that thing. That's my personal opinion. But I think it's a good pay thing. I think the pay raise is good, but I think it should be across the board. Because let's be honest, I'm a staff sergeant with 5 kids. I'm struggling, okay? I promise you, if I'm struggling, that E1 that's got that brand new fucking pickup truck or Camaro, they're probably struggling too. Or a brand new stripper wife, probably struggling too, right? So let's move on. House Armed Service Committee leaders have vowed to push for the military salary increase and will vote on the measure next week. House appropriators backed similar plans in their budget bills last year and have some ongoing support for the idea. So it's not set in stone yet. They still got to vote for it and fine tune a few things, but it's looking real good. It's got a lot of support from every level of Congress, Senate, all of it. So hopefully it gets passed up and service members can get out of poverty a little bit, and it makes our lives a little bit easier, okay? Because we definitely need this. Because I'm gonna be real with you. You go into the shopette, you go into the commissary, you go into the PX, shit's getting out of hand, man. A loaf of bread here in Hawaii is like $9. A carton of eggs is like $8. A gallon of milk, I've seen it upwards of $7, $8. That's insane. I go through $1,000 worth of groceries every single month. And the COLA, the cost of living allowance that they cut in half, it doesn't cover even half of my grocery bill. It doesn't cover the gas that I have to spend driving all over hell and the traffic that I'm stuck in. So we need this pay, okay? So please, someone with a fucking brain in the goddamn higher levels of echelon in our military, please pass this bill to make our lives in the military easier. For the love of God, don't do it through a fucking survey. No one gets these surveys. That's why the COLA dropped in the first place. That's why they cut the COLA in half out here. They sent out these surveys that weren't mandatory to fill out. Nobody fills out the fucking surveys. So nobody filled them out because the surveys are stupid. But lo and behold, they took those surveys, and since nobody filled them out, everyone is doing great on their COLA. So they cut that shit in half. Bullshit. So we need this pay. So please make this reasonable. Make this so it's smart and it doesn't fuck us over in the long run, because that's what the military does. They find a way, they'll give you money, and they take it all back and then some. Okay, so this is coming. I'm gonna keep you all updated on this as it progresses. But big things are coming. Upwards of 20% for E4 and below, 4.5% for all of us staff sergeants and above. Everyone else, you're gonna fall somewhere in the middle. Okay. On that note, I'm gonna get out of here. I hope you all have a great weekend. Joe Sarney out.